Well, we have some severe weather approaching our area as we speak, so let's send it right over to Greg for the latest.
Yeah, right now the biggest threat or the main threat we're looking at is just Eau Claire and northward with the storms approaching there. We'll all have storms coming through tonight. It's whether they're going to be strong to severe. And if you see, we get a little bit lower to the east. It does tend to weaken with the storm threat, but still damaging winds is what we're looking at right now. You can't rule out the other ones. Also, flooding is probably going to be more of an issue as we go later in the night, too, potentially. Although we've been dry, we might see some heavy rain rates that could give us the flooding potential. Overall, really the area concern is just west of Eau Claire up towards really as you go to Rice Lake. There's one tornado warning right now in effect that's radar indicated right to the east of, actually right in Polk County area of Wisconsin. Otherwise, there's a flash flood warning up to the north. And then we have further to the south a few storms ahead of the main line. This white box is the special weather statement, meaning that storm could produce winds maybe in excess of 50 miles per hour. So everyone's going to see this line come through and at least see some gusty winds with it and heavy rain. It just depends if it's going to be severe or not. Right now, there, Rice Lake to Eau Claire hasn't hit Menominee yet, but it will be getting closer there. Otherwise, Preston has this thunderstorm approaching it from the southwest. Right now, could see winds gusts up into 50 miles per hour range. And then further on, we're going to see this line begin. We'll have to keep an eye to see if any more storms develop ahead of this line, but we're looking at it eventually getting close to Eau Claire, probably around 8:30, and then quickly passing eastward as we get closer to 9. La Crosse and southward, it might take some time unless we see a few storms ahead of the line. Probably not till after 9, and then 9:30 we start seeing it. But you can notice these little bulges right there. When you see that, that actually is a wind damage threat with it. So we'll have to still keep an eye on winds as it comes through. As it gets further east and south past 11, then we're going to start seeing the southern edge begin to kind of slow down and become more west and east, which then increases your flooding potential as the storms begin to train over the same area. At 12 a.m., you can still see that line just south of La Crosse. Could be severe, but also flash flooding issue. Meanwhile, to the north, we might see a few showers beyond that, but the severe threat, all that ends very quickly by about midnight or even sooner than that, and the rest of the night is actually pretty quiet. For further south, Crawford, Richland counties, that'll be not until about 1:32 as it clears that area. Meanwhile, we'll still see a few showers behind this throughout the morning. Otherwise, most areas will just see cloud cover going on. Morning commute-wise, clouds, a few showers, maybe a storm, but nothing severe is to be expected. So that's the good news. It's a fairly quick threat, but it is going to be there, and we're going to get pretty good drenching of rain over some of the areas here that we haven't seen quite a bit of rain here in the last couple weeks. So the area concern really is southwest Wisconsin, northeast Iowa, where that line begins to kind of slow down. That increases the rain threat. And you notice there's actually pegging 2 to 4 inches potentially down there. A little bit less as you go further north and east here, but everyone could see at least 1 to 2, and there'll be pockets where you see the heavier thunderstorms potentially getting up to 3. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as further south. But all in all, tomorrow the good news is less humid, clearing skies. We'll definitely see the sun towards the afternoon, and these temperatures upper 70s, low 80s with that west wind will be typically what we should see this time of year. So that's good news. And even better news is we have another little cold front coming through this weekend. It'll drop the temperatures back into the 70s for most locations for Labor Day. And the big headline beyond tonight is really just a quiet forecast all the way through the most of next week. And temperatures very pleasant, less humidity. We should be in the upper 70s, near 80 for this time of year.